Okay, so we're diving into something that I think a lot of our listeners can relate to.
Yeah,
Especially, if you're newly vegan or maybe just plant-based curious.
definitely.
Everyone always asks that question.
Where do you get your protein?
Right. It's like the number one thing that people want to know.
I know, it's so funny.
But where do you get your protein?
Mm.
So we are going deep today
Mhm.
into surprising vegan protein sources.
I'm excited.
We have this article from Veg News
Uh-huh.
called 15 Unlikely Vegan Protein Sources.
It's a good one.
And I think it's going to be really interesting because they're really getting into
They answer the question.
they answer the question, but in like a really fun way.
Right. It's not just the obvious tofu and beans and lentils.
Right. It goes way beyond that.
It's fun to think outside the box a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one thing that this article does is it starts by tackling that myth head on,
Yeah.
that protein deficiency myth.
Which is so prevalent
I
for
know.
some reason.
It's really interesting. And they point out that it's actually pretty rare in developed countries
Unless you're...
to be protein deficient.
Yeah.
Unless you're really restricting your calories significantly.
Right, or have a medical condition or something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so they break down the USDA's recommended protein intake,
Okay.
which is that 0.36 grams per pound of body weight.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So if you are a 130-pound person, that's roughly 47 grams of protein per day.
Oh, okay.
And for someone who weighs 170 pounds, it's about 61 grams.
Yeah, so that gives you...
Just to give you an idea.
Yeah, a baseline.
But of course, everyone is different.
Totally.
If you're like, a big gym rat.
Or an athlete.
Right. Or pregnant or
Yeah.
breastfeeding or something like that.
You might need more.
You might need more. So the article mentions you could go up to 0.7 grams per pound
Okay.
of body weight.
Which is still totally doable
Oh, yeah.
on a plant-based diet.
Totally. And the article recommends consulting with a plant-based dietitian
Always a good idea.
if you have specific needs.
Especially if you have medical conditions or you're really trying to hit some specific fitness goals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember when I first went vegan, I was so confused about this whole complete versus incomplete protein thing.
Yeah.
It was like people were telling me that, plant proteins were somehow inferior.
Right. They're missing something.
Right.
They don't have all the amino acids.
Yeah, because they might be missing certain amino acids.
Exactly.
So I was really stressing about
Combining things.
like
rice and beans.
yeah, beans and rice at every meal.
It's some kind of protein equation or something.
Right, exactly. That's not that complicated.
So complicated.
Really.
Yeah.
It's just a myth that's persisted for a long time.
Yeah. So can you just break that down for us?
Sure.
What is the deal with complete versus incomplete proteins? Okay, so the idea is that there are 9 essential amino acids that our bodies can't produce on their own.
Okay.
So we have to get them from food.
Got it.
And complete proteins contain all 9 of those essential amino acids.
Uh-huh.
Whereas incomplete proteins are missing 1 or more.
Okay.
Now, most plant proteins are incomplete.
Okay.
But that's not a bad thing at all.
Okay,
'cause
that's not a problem.
different plant foods complement each other.
Right.
And when you eat them in combination throughout the day,
Like beans and rice.
it's like the classic example of rice and beans,
Exactly.
you're getting all of those essential amino acids.
Okay, so I don't have to have them on the same plate?
You don't have to stress about it. It's really not a big deal.
That's a relief.
As long as you're eating a variety of plant foods throughout the day and you're getting enough calories overall,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay. That's good to know.
Your body's smart. It knows how to combine those amino acids from different sources.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about it.
That makes me feel so much better because I used to be like, oh my gosh,
I know.
I need to have a spreadsheet.
I used to do the same thing. I was
Me
like,
too.
okay, I need to make sure I'm getting
All the ratios.
all the right ratios.
Right.
And it's just not necessary.
It's not necessary.
It's so much simpler than that.
Okay. So let's get to the fun stuff.
Okay.
This Vid News article lists 15 unexpected vegan protein sources.
Yeah, let's hear it.
And some of these blew my mind.
Okay.
Starting with seitan.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
A 2-ounce serving has 18 grams of protein.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
That is a lot.
I know.
That's like a chicken breast.
I know, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
So seitan is made from vital wheat gluten,
Right?
and that's what gives it that chewy, meaty texture.
It's got that satisfying bite to it.
Right, and it's so versatile.
Oh my gosh, you can make anything with it.
You can literally make anything.
Seitan steaks.
Seitan steaks, like ground seitan.
Stir fries.
Stir fries,
Yeah.
anything 18 grams.
That's serious protein, even for meat eaters.
For sure.
Okay, so next up we've got beans.
Okay.
We all know beans are good for us.
Yeah, a classic.
But this article emphasizes the sheer variety. It's not just black beans and kidney beans.
There are so many different kinds of beans.
That's a whole world of beans out there.
And they all have like their own unique flavors and textures.
Exactly.
Like cannellini beans.
Chickpeas. Black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas.
And most of them pack around 12 to 15 grams of protein per cooked cup.
Wow. That's pretty substantial.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget about lentils, too.
Oh, right. Lentils?
Yeah.
They're technically in the bean family.
They are?
And they're also protein superstars.
For sure.
Okay, so then we have tofu.
A vegan classic.
And vegan protein.
For sure.
I know it comes in different textures, but does that affect the protein content?
Absolutely it does.
The firmer the tofu, the more protein it has. So if you think about like silken tofu,
Yeah?
which is really soft.
Yeah, for desserts and stuff.
Right. It's going to have less protein than like an extra firm tofu that you would use for stir fries.
Okay, that makes sense.
And there are even some high-protein tofu brands out there now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen some with like 14 grams of protein per serving.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It is.
Okay, so this next one is a personal favorite of mine.
Okay, what is it?
Tempeh.
Oh, tempeh.
I love it.
Me too.
I love the earthy flavor. I love that it's fermented.
Yeah, it's got a great texture.
And you can crumble it, slice it,
You can marinate it.
marinate it. It's so versatile.
It's so versatile.
And it's a protein powerhouse.
It is.
A 3-ounce serving has about 18 grams of protein.
Wow. I know. That's up there with seitan.
It is.
That's awesome.
And combined with those prebiotics from the fermentation process,
Right.
it's like amazing for your gut health.
Gut health is so important.
So important. Yeah.
All right, I'll admit protein powder isn't exactly a whole food,
Sure.
but it's got to be on the list.
Yeah.
For convenience.
Sometimes you just need that quick
Right.
protein boost.
Especially after a workout or something like that. So
And most plant-based protein powders will give you a good 15 to 20 grams of protein per serving.
Okay.
So it's
Which
definitely
is a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, look for soy-based or pea-based protein powders for a complete protein profile.
Okay, so that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Here's one I bet most people don't expect.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Spirulina.
Spirulina.
You know that blue-green algae?
Oh, yeah.
That's showing up in everything from smoothies to fancy lattes.
Right. It's like the new trendy.
I know. It's
Think-
like that beautiful color.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
It's like mermaid vibes.
Yeah, totally.
And it's a nutritional powerhouse.
It is.
Just 1 tablespoon can have 4 to 6 grams of protein.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that high.
I know.
Mm.
And what's fascinating is that the blue variety actually has more protein than the green.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I know.
That's interesting.
That's pretty cool.
So is it like a different strain of spirulina or something?
Yeah, I think it is.
Cool.
I think it's like a different species or something.
That's really interesting.
I don't know all the details.
I'm going to have to look into that.
But yeah.
Cool.
So, okay, this one really surprised me.
Okay, what is it?
Plant-based milk.
Plant-based milk. Really?
I know. I knew soy milk had a decent amount of protein,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize how many other varieties are fortified with protein these days.
Oh, interesting. Like almond milk or oat milk?
Huh. Like all kinds.
Wow.
So it's true. Fortified soy milk is actually recognized as nutritionally equivalent to cow's milk,
Oh, wow.
both providing around 8 grams of protein per serving.
That's pretty impressive.
I know.
For a plant-based milk.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then pea milk is also a good option with 8 grams of protein.
Pea milk. Okay, I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah,
I haven't had pea milk.
it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, and some brands are fortifying their plant milks with even more protein,
Wow.
like up to 10 grams per serving.
Seriously?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it's pretty crazy.
I'm going to have to start checking labels.
Yeah, it's worth checking labels, though,
Yeah.
because some can be high in added sugars,
Right.
but there are plenty of great options out there.
Used to know.
Okay, I'm a huge fan of nuts and seeds.
Oh, me too.
I love nut butters. I love trail mixes,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
It's so good.
But I never really thought of them as a major protein source.
Right. It's more like a snack.
Right, it's like a
Not
snack.
topping,
Yeah,
but they can definitely add up.
Yeah.
Especially if you're eating them regularly.
right.
Hemp seeds are the real champions here.
Oh, yeah.
A handful can pack in 12 grams of protein.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're looking for a protein boost, sprinkle some hemp seeds on your salad or in your smoothie, or just eat them by the handful,
Okay.
whatever you like.
So hemp seeds are like the winner.
Hemp seeds are the winner
Okay.
for protein.
What about chia seeds and flax seeds?
Those are good too.
Yeah.
Chia seeds have about 7 grams of protein per serving, and flax seeds have 9.
Okay.
So they're also great options.
And then nut butters can easily add a protein boost to your snacks or meals.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like a spoonful of peanut butter on your toast.
Oh, yeah.
Or in your oatmeal.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
So I'm definitely stocking up on hemp seeds after this.
I might have to too.
Okay, what else is on this list of unlikely heroes?
I'm ready.
Okay, how about a pantry staple that's more than just a cheesy topping?
Oh, okay.
Nutritional yeast.
Nooch.
Nooch.
Wait, it has protein.
I know.
I didn't even realize.
2 tablespoons will give you about 5 grams of protein.
Wow.
And it's a complete protein.
Jeez.
I know.
Nooch is amazing.
I know.
It's like a magical ingredient.
It is.
It makes everything taste cheesy and delicious.
That's so good for you.
And it's packed with B vitamins.
Yes.
Which are great for energy and overall well-being.
Now I'm seeing nutritional yeast in a whole new light.
I know, right?
It's not just for popcorn anymore.
It's for everything.
Okay, what about non-dairy yogurt?
Non-dairy yogurt.
There are so many options these days.
There are.
It's crazy.
Like a whole aisle.
It's a whole aisle at the grocery store.
In the berry section.
I know.
It's amazing.
So many different flavors.
So many different flavors and brands and textures and everything.
Yeah.
So you can definitely find some protein powerhouses in the non-dairy yogurt aisle.
Okay.
The article mentions Kite Hill Greek style as a great option.
Kite Hill.
With a whopping 15 to 17 grams of protein per serving.
Whoa, that's a lot of protein.
I know.
That's like a protein shake.
It is.
That's incredible.
Okay, wow. I'm seeing a pattern here.
What's that?
A lot of these surprising sources are packing more protein than I ever realized. It's true.
It's kind of blowing my mind.
And we're just getting started.
I know.
There are even more unexpected sources to uncover.
All right, bring on the protein surprises.
You know what's really cool about this article?
What's that?
Is that they don't just list these protein sources.
Yeah.
They actually have recipes.
Oh, yeah.
For each one.
That's awesome.
So for seitan, they have this amazing recipe for seitan piccata.
Oh, wow.
From Candle 79.
Oh, I love Candle 79.
I know. It's such a good restaurant.
Their food is so good.
It really is. And it just shows you like how versatile seitan is. You
Yeah.
can literally make anything with it.
Yeah.
And it's so good for people who are transitioning to a plant-based diet
Right.
or just looking for more variety.
Yeah, because it really does have that meaty texture.
Yeah, it's got that like satisfying bite to it.
Okay, speaking of variety, I'm suddenly craving a big bowl of beans.
Ooh, beans.
This article has a recipe for vegan Indian 3-bean dal soup.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It sounds so good.
Yes.
I love that they emphasize that beans are a whole category.
Right.
It's not just one food.
It's a whole family of foods.
Yeah.
And they all have like their own unique nutritional profile.
Exactly.
And they're not only a great source of protein, but they're also packed with fiber.
Yes.
Which is so important.
So important for gut health.
For keeping our digestive system happy and healthy.
Keeping things moving.
Exactly.
Okay, we can't forget about tofu.
Tofu, the OG vegan protein source.
I know.
It's a classic for a reason.
They have a recipe for vegan sticky orange sesame tofu.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I know. I'm definitely going to try that one.
Yeah, it's amazing how tofu is like a blank canvas.
It is.
In the kitchen.
You could do so much with it.
You can do anything with it.
It absorbs flavors beautifully.
Yeah.
You can use it in sweet dishes, savory dishes.
It's so versatile.
It's the best.
And the fact that it's a complete protein makes it even better.
Right.
You're getting all those essential amino acids.
Okay, I have a confession to make.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm a little bit obsessed with tempeh bacon.
Oh, tempeh bacon.
Have you ever had it?
Of course.
It's so good.
It's so smoky and crispy.
It's so good.
And it's amazing in a BLT.
It is the best.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
This article actually features a recipe for a vegan smoky tempeh peanut sauté.
Ooh.
That sounds absolutely divine.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
It does, right?
I've got to try that one.
Yeah, put it on the list.
Okay, let's talk about protein powder.
Protein powder.
I know it's not a whole food.
Sure.
But sometimes you just need that extra protein boost.
Yeah.
Especially after a workout or something like that.
Right.
And they have a recipe for a chocolate s'mores protein smoothie.
Ooh, that sounds decadent.
I know.
And delicious.
It looks so good.
I love a good smoothie.
Me too.
Especially after a workout.
Yeah, it's a good way to refuel.
And it's a good reminder that protein powder can be a convenient way to supplement your diet.
Right.
Especially if you're busy or have specific fitness goals.
Okay, on to spirulina.
Spirulina.
I've been seeing it everywhere lately.
Me too. It's like
it's trendy.
It's having a moment.
I know.
And it's so pretty.
I know that color is just
It's like mermaid vibes.
It is.
I love it.
And they have this incredible looking recipe
Oh, yeah.
for vegan herbed mermaid orecchiette,
Ooh.
using spirulina to make the pasta blue.
That's so cool.
I know.
What a fun way to, like, impress your guests.
Right.
And get some extra nutrients in your meal.
And they talk about how spirulina is not just a pretty color.
Right.
It's like a real nutritional powerhouse.
It's packed with antioxidants.
Yeah.
Which can help protect our cells from damage.
Okay, this next one might surprise some people.
Okay, I'm ready.
Plant-based milk.
Plant-based milk.
Really?
I know.
It has protein.
It does. Some varieties can have up to 10 grams of protein per serving.
Wow, that's news to me.
I know.
I always thought of plant-based milk as like more of a
Like a calorie source
or like
yeah.
a way to get your calcium.
But not necessarily protein.
Right. But they've come a long way.
They have.
And they have a recipe for homemade hemp milk.
Ooh, homemade hemp milk.
Have you ever made your own plant-based milk?
I have. I've made almond milk before.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually surprisingly easy.
Yeah, and you can control the ingredients
Exactly.
and the sweetness level.
You can make it as sweet or as unsweet as you like.
Exactly.
And it's so satisfying to, like, make something from scratch.
It
like,
is.
You know,
Tell
I feel
us.
like a little homesteader.
I know, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, on to one of my favorite categories.
Okay, hit me.
Nuts, seeds, and butters.
Oh, my gosh.
Is there anything better than a spoonful of nut butter straight from the jar?
I don't think so.
So good.
It's the best.
So good.
Especially like almond butter or peanut butter.
Oh my gosh, cashew butter.
Cashew butter. Oh my God.
So good.
But it's important to remember that not all nuts and seeds are created equal.
Right.
In terms of protein,
Yeah.
hemp seeds are still the champions here.
Hemp seeds for the win.
Remember 12 grams of protein per handful?
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of protein.
Yeah.
So hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, all good sources of protein.
They are.
And they have this recipe for
fun.
vegan, chocolate-dipped peanut butter coconut oat bites.
Oh my God.
That sounds so good.
That sounds amazing.
Right.
Like a healthy dessert or
Oh,
snack.
I'm adding that to my snack rotation for
Right.
sure.
Me too.
Okay, now for those of you who crave a little cheesy flavor,
Okay.
we can't forget about nutritional yeast.
Nooch.
Nooch.
It's back.
It's back.
And it's cheesy.
They have a recipe for vegan cheesy cauliflower potato casserole.
Ooh, that sounds comforting.
I know.
And delicious.
And it uses nutritional yeast to create that cheesy flavor.
I love how versatile nooch is.
It is.
You can sprinkle it on popcorn,
Pasta.
roasted vegetables.
Roasted vegetables.
It's just so good.
It just adds that like savory umami flavor.
It's so addictive.
It is. Okay, let's talk about non-dairy yogurt.
Non-dairy yogurt.
So the article highlights this recipe for vegan fruity frozen yogurt bark.
Ooh, frozen yogurt bark.
Sounds refreshing.
It does. And it uses Kite Hill Greek-style plant-based yogurt.
Kite Hill again.
I know, they're killing it.
They are, with the protein.
It's like they read this article and they were like,
We got this.
we got you.
I know.
We're going to make all the high protein,
We got the protein.
plant-based yogurts.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we have quinoa.
Quinoa.
This ancient grain is a complete protein,
It is.
which is pretty impressive.
That's not common for a grain.
No, it's not.
Be a complete protein.
And they have a recipe for strawberries and cream quinoa breakfast porridge.
Ooh, that sounds like a nice
It sounds so good.
way to start the day.
I know.
Like a warm, comforting breakfast.
Yeah, and it's packed with protein.
Yeah, and quinoa is so easy to cook.
It is.
It's like one of the easiest grains to cook. And then you can add it to salads, soups, you know.
You can make a green bowl with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So versatile.
So many options.
Okay, and then there's lentils. Another protein powerhouse.
Yeah, they're like the unsung heroes
Yeah.
of the protein world.
I know.
They're so affordable
And so versatile.
and so delicious.
They really are.
And they have a recipe for savory, vegan lentil, and sweet potato meatloaf.
Ooh, that sounds like a good comfort food.
I know, right?
Like a vegan twist on a classic.
Exactly.
And you know what's great about lentils is you can use them in so many different ways.
And
You can put them in soups,
Yeah.
stews,
with salads.
salads. You can even make veggie burgers with them.
Yeah, lentil burgers are so good.
So good.
They're like my favorite.
Okay, speaking of veggies, they also have a recipe for a zesty vegan spinach salad with blackened chickpeas.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It sounds so good.
And it's a good reminder that even leafy greens
Yeah.
can contribute to our protein intake. Right. We don't always think of spinach as a protein source.
Right, we think of it for like iron and...
Vitamins, But it actually has a decent amount of protein.
It does.
5 grams per cooked cup.
Wow, I did not know that.
I know.
That's impressive for a leafy green.
I'm definitely going to be adding more spinach to my meals.
Me too.
Okay, for all the bread lovers out there,
Okay.
they have a recipe for homemade, vegan, hearty seed bread.
Ooh, homemade bread.
It sounds so good.
That's the best.
I know.
And it's packed with protein from the seeds.
Right.
So you're getting like a double dose of protein.
And you can control the ingredients.
Agreed.
Make sure it's vegan friendly.
And you can make it as like hearty and dense or as light and fluffy as you like.
Exactly.
It's up to you.
And last but not least,
Okay, the grand finale.
they have a recipe for vegan za'atar-seared broccoli steaks.
Ooh, broccoli steaks.
I know.
That sounds fancy.
It sounds so good.
And delicious.
It's like a fancy way to enjoy broccoli.
It is.
And they talk about how broccoli is another one of those vegetables that we often overlook for its protein content.
Right.
But a cup of broccoli has around 4 grams of protein.
Really?
I know.
Along with a ton of other nutrients.
It's a nutritional powerhouse.
It is.
This article is seriously inspiring me to get more creative in the kitchen
Me too.
and explore all these different protein sources.
It's amazing how much variety there is in a plant-based diet.
It really is.
It's not boring at all.
It's not boring at all.
It's so vibrant and flavorful.
Okay, so we've talked about all these amazing protein sources.
Yeah.
But let's go a little deeper.
Okay.
The article also touches on some interesting aspects of healthy vegan eating,
Like what?
like soy milk and calcium,
Okay.
and even tofu recipes,
Cool.
like specific tips for how to cook tofu.
It seems like there's always more to learn
I know.
about plant-based nutrition.
It's a constantly evolving field,
It is.
and this article is a great jumping off point.
For further exploration. I love how they break down complex topics,
Me too.
like complete versus incomplete proteins,
Yeah.
in a way that's easy to understand.
And approachable.
Yeah.
And they do a good job of emphasizing the importance of eating a variety of plant-based foods
Yeah.
to ensure that you're getting all the nutrients you need.
It's not about obsessing over individual nutrients.
Right.
It's about focusing on the bigger picture of a balanced and diverse diet,
Exactly.
eating the rainbow.
Exactly. So let's dive into some of the specific insights they offer about each of these protein sources.
Okay, let's do it.
So, for example, they mentioned that seitan is incredibly versatile
Yeah.
and can be used in a wide range of recipes, from stir fries to hearty roasts.
I can see that.
Yeah, and they even highlighted a recipe for seitan piccata from a famous vegan restaurant,
Oh, yeah. Candle 79?
Candle 79.
It sounds so good.
I know.
I'm going to have to try that.
Me too.
I think one of the most important takeaways from this article is that you don't have to sacrifice flavor or satisfaction
Right.
when you choose to eat plant-based.
Totally.
There are so many delicious and creative ways
Yeah.
to enjoy these protein sources.
Absolutely. And they talk about how beans are a great source of fiber,
Yes, fiber is so important.
which is essential for digestive health.
Likes things moving.
Yes. And they have a recipe for a vegan 3-bean dal soup.
Ooh.
That sounds both comforting and packed with flavor.
I love a good soup.
Me too, especially in the winter.
Yeah, it's like a warm hug.
In a bowl.
Exactly.
They also mentioned that the protein content of tofu varies,
Oh, yeah.
depending on how firm it is. So
Yeah.
the firmer the tofu,
The more protein.
the more concentrated the protein.
That makes sense.
Right.
So like silken tofu is going to have less protein than extra firm tofu.
Exactly. And they highlight a recipe for sticky orange sesame tofu.
Oh my God.
That sounds absolutely irresistible.
I'm drooling just thinking about it.
Me too.
I love that they provide specific examples and recipes for each protein source.
It makes it so much more
Practical.
and actionable.
Yes.
Okay, and they talk about how tempeh is a good source of prebiotics,
Prebiotic.
which are beneficial for gut health.
Right. Prebiotics are like food for the good bacteria in our gut.
Exactly.
They help them thrive.
And they have a recipe for smoky tempeh peanut satay.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
So good.
The perfect combination of savory and sweet.
I know.
It's fascinating how certain plant-based foods can actually support our gut health.
Yeah.
Like the gut microbiome is so crucial for our overall health and well-being.
So important.
Yeah.
When it comes to protein powder, they emphasize the importance of choosing a high-quality protein powder.
Right.
That's made from plant-based sources and doesn't contain a lot of added sugars or artificial ingredients.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're getting the good stuff.
Exactly.
Not a bunch of fillers and junk.
And they have a recipe for a chocolate s'mores protein smoothie.
Ooh, that sounds like a healthy and decadent treat.
I know.
It's like you're having dessert, but you're also getting your protein.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's a win-win.
It is.
And they talk about how spirulina is a more sustainable protein source
Oh, really?
compared to some other options.
Interesting.
Yeah, it requires less land and water to produce,
Ah,
so it's more environmentally friendly.
that's good to know.
I think it's important to consider the environmental impact
Well, sure.
of our food choices,
Absolutely.
especially when it comes to protein.
Choosing plant-based protein sources over animal-based protein sources
Yeah.
can have a really positive impact on the planet.
Yes.
Something we should all be thinking about.
They also mention that it's important to be aware of the potential for added sugars and other ingredients in some fortified plant-based milks.
Right.
So reading the labels is always a good practice
always read the label.
to make sure you're choosing a product that aligns with your dietary preferences.
Transparency and informed decision-making
So important.
when it comes to our food choices.
When it comes to nuts and seeds, they highlighted the fact that hemp seeds are true protein champions.
Hemp seeds, again,
I know.
they're like the MVPs of this article.
They are.
12 grams of protein per 30-gram serving.
That's insane.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of protein.
Yeah.
And they have a recipe for vegan, chocolate-dipped peanut butter coconut oat bites.
Oh my God, that sounds so decadent and delicious.
I know, right?
And healthy.
And they're like no bake, so
Oh, even better.
easy to make.
I love a good no-bake recipe,
You too?
especially when you're short on time.
Exactly.
And they highlight how nuts and seeds can be incorporated into snacks and meals in so many creative ways.
Right.
They're a great source of protein, healthy
Yeah,
fats,
exactly.
fiber, vitamins, minerals.
What's not to love?
Seriously.
They also point out that nutritional yeast is a complete protein source.
Nooch is a complete protein.
I know.
That's amazing.
It's so good.
It really is a magical ingredient.
It is.
It's like the unicorn of vegan ingredients. It makes everything taste cheesy and delicious, and it's good for you.
I know.
And it's a good source of B vitamins.
Yes, essential for energy production and overall well-being.
Nooch is a pantry staple for a reason.
It is.
It's so versatile.
They even have a recipe for a vegan cheesy cauliflower potato casserole
Ooh,
that uses nutritional yeast to create that cheesy flavor.
that sounds so comforting.
It does.
I love a good casserole.
Me too.
It's like the ultimate comfort food.
They mentioned that non-dairy yogurts have come a long way
Oh, yeah.
in terms of taste and texture.
They have.
There are so many delicious options available,
It's amazing.
and many of them are fortified with protein and probiotics,
Probiotics are good for the gut.
making them a healthy and gut-friendly choice.
The innovation in the plant-based food industry is truly remarkable.
It is.
There are so many delicious and convenient options available these days.
It's so much easier than it used to be
so much easier.
to choose a plant-based lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay. And they highlight the fact that quinoa is a complete protein source
Quinoa, the super grain.
and is incredibly versatile.
It is.
They have a recipe for a strawberries and cream quinoa breakfast porridge.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
It does.
I love a good breakfast porridge.
Me too.
Especially when it's cold outside.
Yeah, it's so comforting.
And it keeps you full and satisfied for hours.
They also mention that lentils are a good source of iron and folate,
Iron and folate.
which are essential nutrients for red blood cell production and cell growth and development.
Wow, lentils are like a nutritional powerhouse.
They are.
They're so humble.
And they're so cheap.
I know.
They're so affordable.
They're like the most budget-friendly
They are.
protein source out there.
And they have a recipe for savory, vegan lentil, and sweet potato meatloaf.
Ooh, that sounds hearty
It does.
and satisfying.
Yeah, like a good comfort food.
Lentils are a pantry staple for a reason.
They are.
They're affordable, versatile, and packed with nutrition.
And they last forever.
They do.
In your pantry.
You can buy them in bulk,
Exactly.
and they'll last you forever.
Okay. They also talked about how spinach is a good source of vitamin K,
Vitamin K.
which is important for bone health,
Okay.
and vitamin A,
Vitamin A.
which is essential for vision and immune function.
Wow, spinach is like a superhero
It is.
of the vegetable world.
And they have a recipe for a zesty vegan spinach salad with blackened chickpeas.
Ooh, that sounds refreshing.
It does.
And flavorful.
Yeah.
Leafy green vegetables are often overlooked for their protein content,
Right.
but they can be a significant contributor to our daily intake,
They can.
especially if you're eating a lot of them.
Okay. And they highlighted the importance of choosing whole grain breads
Whole grain breads.
over refined white bread,
Right.
because whole grain breads are a good source of fiber, protein.
And other essential nutrients.
They even have a recipe for homemade vegan hearty seed bread.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
It does, right?
I love homemade bread.
It's so good.
It's the best.
And you can make it with all sorts of different seeds.
Yeah, you can customize it.
Like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds,
Flax seeds.
flax seeds,
Chia seeds.
all the seeds.
And it's like a party in your bread.
I know.
Making your own bread can be such a rewarding experience.
It is.
And it allows you to control the ingredients
Totally.
and customize the flavor to your liking.
And lastly, they mentioned that broccoli is a nutritional powerhouse.
Broccoli.
It's a good source of vitamin C, vitamin K,
And fiber.
and it's incredibly versatile.
It is.
You can roast it, steam it, saute,
You can eat it raw
eat it raw.
with some hummus.
Oh, yeah.
Or dip.
They have a recipe for vegan za'atar-seared broccoli steaks.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
I know.
And delicious.
It sounds so good.
Like a unique and delicious way to enjoy this cruciferous vegetable.
It's amazing how something as simple as broccoli
Yeah.
can be transformed into such a flavorful and satisfying dish.
Food is magic.
It is.
It really is.
So what does this all mean for our listeners?
What does it all mean?
I think the biggest takeaway is that getting enough protein on a vegan diet is not only possible,
Yeah.
but it can be incredibly delicious.
It can.
And diverse.
And fun.
And fun.
And satisfying.
Yeah.
This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the sheer variety of protein-rich plant-based foods available.
Right?
And it's clear that with a little planning and creativity,
Yeah.
you can easily meet your protein needs and enjoy a vibrant and flavorful vegan lifestyle.
I couldn't agree more.
So ditch those outdated myths about vegan protein.
Yes.
And embrace the abundance of plant-based goodness out there.
What are your thoughts? I'm still thinking about that vegan cheesy cauliflower potato casserole.
Right?
I mean, come on.
That sounds amazing.
So good.
I'm also really intrigued by that seitan piccata
Yeah.
from Candle 79.
Oh my gosh.
I've heard amazing things about that place.
It's supposed to be so good.
Yeah, I think I need to make a reservation.
Yeah, me too.
Like ASAP.
This whole deep dive has really just opened my eyes to the possibilities
Yeah.
of plant-based protein.
It's so much more than just tofu and tempeh.
I know, right? And it's not just about the protein either.
Right.
Like we're talking about a whole range of health benefits,
That's right.
environmental benefits,
Yeah.
like reducing our carbon footprint.
Studies have shown that plant-based diets can lower the risk of chronic diseases, like heart disease
Right.
and type 2 diabetes.
And then from an environmental perspective, choosing plant-based protein sources can help reduce our impact on the planet.
It's a win-win
It is.
for our health and
Yeah.
for the environment.
So it's really about making those conscious choices
Yeah.
about what we eat.
And knowing that we can fuel our bodies
Uh-huh.
while also contributing to a more sustainable and compassionate world.
Right. This deep dive has been such a good reminder
I agree.
that knowledge is power.
It is.
And the more we understand about plant-based nutrition,
Yeah.
the better equipped we are to make those informed choices
Absolutely.
that benefit both ourselves
Right.
and the planet.
Exactly.
So we've shattered those myths about vegan protein
We have?
and discovered a whole new world of possibilities.
It's exciting.
It is.
Isn't it?
So as we wrap up this episode,
Okay.
what's that one key takeaway
Ooh, good question.
that you want our listener to walk away with today?
I think it's this. Don't be afraid to explore
Yeah.
the incredible diversity of plant-based protein sources.
Love it.
There's something out there for everyone, no
Wow.
matter your taste preferences
Yes.
or dietary needs.
Right.
Get curious, experiment in the kitchen, and discover the deliciousness that awaits.
I love that. Now that you've joined us on this protein-packed adventure,
It's been a journey,
it has.
a delicious journey.
It's time to take action.
Okay.
How will you incorporate these incredible plant-based protein sources into your meals and snacks? Let us know. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Until next time, happy and healthy eating.